Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to show you a student transformation of an introverted guy turned into a chick magnet Buddha. So I met him in 2019 during a 3-day bootcamp. It was so fucking amazing, dude. I love this guy. We are still connected. We have always been connected. You see, the thing is, I'm always connected to my students. I don't see my students as, okay, yeah bro, program is done, chalo, finish, done, khatam beta. Nahi. It's like whenever after the program they need me, I'm always there. I'm going to be there to help them. And I really loved the time I used to spend with him because he was an action taker, dude. He was like fucking hardcore action taker. Like his intention is this: I want to learn. That's it. I want to learn. You know, when someone is a learner, you cannot fucking stop him. Because you are stopping him and he's trying to learn, why are you stopping him? You cannot fucking stop a learner. I love this attitude this guy was having. So let's dive into his story from himself only, how he converted himself from an introverted guy to a fucking chick magnet Buddha.
I took a 3-day boot camp from June 20th, 2019 to June 23, 2019. I got more exposure than most of the other guys. Earlier, I was very task oriented. That would be the first thing. I was always thinking. I was not really in the environment with people all the time. I was always in my mind thinking, okay, this, okay, that. If he's saying this, what does that mean? If like this person is doing this, what does that mean? So I wasn't actually taking in the things. It was more like I was in the head and I was just observing the things. Okay? It was very weird. I used to overthink. Okay? I had a lack of confidence, severe lack of confidence. Other than that, I had an inferiority complex. As well as a type of superiority complex at the same time. I used to feel that the others are not comparable to me, and that is why I was not social as well, because I used to think that the other people are bad, and I just couldn't talk to them because of that. I was also a people pleaser. People couldn't get an actual personality out of me. It was more like I was always trying to make people laugh, please them for no reason, and I didn't know exactly why I was doing it. It was just like, this is the way I think people, you talk to people, this is how you interact with people. This is what I used to think, that you just have to make them laugh. Okay? This is how you can say be considered a good guy, a guy people want to hang out with. So this is how I used to be in terms of my general life. My dating life was very fucked up actually. It was zero. It was actually zero. I was very, very bad with women, and being bad with women actually was a result of hard work. Before that, I was, you can say, scared of women. So I was so bad initially that it took me like 2 months to actually be bad with women. So this was my level at that time. Again, we are not talking about the bootcamp exactly. When I started with the bootcamp, I was bad. But 2 months before that, I had started like going out and stuff. And 2 months earlier, I was literally sucking. But after that, I was just bad. Okay? So that would be before the bootcamp. After the bootcamp, though, it's totally changed. First of all, I got amazing friends, and that actually is a very important thing, because most of my life I've never had friends who I can trust, friends who I can relate to, them, who are staunch supporters in the sense that they have your back. This never has happened to me before, and this was actually, I would say, one of the most important things. Actually, most of the friends that I currently have were guys who took Yadhu's bootcamp, because at times I was there, on the bootcamp with Yadhu. So yes, I got amazing friends. Okay, Yadhuvir included. He's an amazing person. Other than that, I stopped thinking and rather started being where I am in front of the people. Instead of actually thinking why someone is doing something and why someone is saying something, I actually am there and listening to the conversation and actually being them, actually interacting instead of just thinking all the time. Because earlier it was like if someone would say something, I would take like some time to process it. And then I would think maybe he'll just judge whatever I'm saying, so I'll try to ensure that I'm speaking the best possible. I'm not talking about just women. This used to happen with guys as well. Even when I was talking to guys, I used to feel the same. But this is not after the bootcamp. This was before the bootcamp. After the bootcamp, I was just talking. Like when I'm in front of a person, I'm actually interacting with the person, and very little, you can say, thinking, because earlier I used to just overthink at every other thing that would happen, and that I really gained confidence and self-esteem. Earlier I used to think that I'm a piece of shit, and like this was actually true. I used to think that I'm worthless, I don't have any worth, nothing else, like there is nothing good that can happen to me, I can do nothing good, and I didn't have confidence. After the boot camp, there was you can say significant increase in terms of the confidence. I used to feel okay, there is no particular reason that you need to be confident. I just started feeling it from within okay, I'm confident. I actually developed a particular personality, you can say, or you can say just I started to actually show my personality, which earlier I was not able to convey. Okay? But after this, I was actually able to convey my personality. When people actually look at my photos from earlier versus now, they're like, dude, you totally look like a different person. Earlier, my dressing sense was really fucked up. My looks were fucked up because not being very social. Most of my life, I had really tough time understanding what people consider good looking, even till date. I mostly just follow what fashion trends are, and just people say that I'm good looking, and my dressing sense is good. But I can remember that earlier this was never the case. Yeah. Totally the pros to Yadhuvir, like the first outfit I had, the first good outfit that I had was, he helped with that. So yeah, I've met the most amazing women I ever thought of. To be honest, at this point, I'm like, I never actually could even fathom that this was possible. Back when I took the boot camp and when I started on my personal development journey altogether, I just wanted to be good enough to be able to befriend women. The things that I've seen now, the things that I've been in, about the standard of what you call a guy good with women, yeah, in general what we call a guy good with women, I think it's just about that, or at least at that level. Okay? Coming from a guy who has never even talked to women, who's scared. Okay? So that was a very big improvement in the dating perspective. Other than that, have had crazy experiences, things that I thought were never possible, things which people would tell me, I would just open my eyes wide. Okay, this is happening. I cannot believe that this thing can happen in India. Again, most of the things that I've seen, especially with Yadhuvir, are the things that I thought that are not possible in India. Even like even outside, those are maybe impossible. So yeah, amazing things I've seen, amazing things. Started to actually love women. This is actually a very beautiful thing that I think I would say it was a totally, the only person to influence it much was Yadhuvir. And since then, I've just, tried to actually tell it to the other guys as well, because this is such a beautiful perspective. Earlier, I used to think that, okay, you have to get good with women because there is a lack of sex in your life. There is a lot, lack of, girlfriends and, female exposure. But, Yadhuvir just taught me a totally different picture, and it was beautiful that feminine is beautiful. Feminine is actually expressive, and feminine actually makes you feel amazing. Okay? You should love women. You should just not be there for a particular objective. You should just the reason why you should be doing it is just because you love women. There should be no other reason. This perspective I didn't have earlier. So you can say it actually was a really big learning that you really can love women, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Forget after. Even before the bootcamp started, I paid Yadhuvir the money, and because I was an action taker, I was taking action and stuff. I asked Yadhuvir, bro, I'm going to take a bootcamp from you. So I was like, bro, there are 2 months left before the actual bootcamp. So he said, bro, I'm ready to help you even before the bootcamp. So before the bootcamp, whenever I used to go out and stuff, again, he was not there himself because obviously he was in some other city and stuff. But he helped me even before the bootcamp. I would go out, I would talk to people, I would talk to women. And I would come back and I would just message him, bro, this is what happened. He would break it down, bro, this is what you should have done, and so. So yes, that was totally generous. That was not something that I paid for. So that was totally him being generous, and that was amazing in that sense. He helped even before the bootcamp. So forget after it. After it though, he just became a friend. I would say this has happened very very little, that someone who taught you something actually is such, you can say, an open person that you can be totally honest and ask anything that you want. Yadhuvir has been I would say a very, very supportive guy in that sense. He has always, like, whenever you ask him, he's always answering. He is just an amazing guy in that sense. Yeah, he really supports you in your journey and stuff. I remember bad things have happened to me, and if whenever Yadhu was there, and even I remember there were times when things happened when Yadhu was not there, and I used to ping him. He always told me the exact thing. Bhai, again, I won't go into the details. The point is, he always helped. He never said no to helping. He always helped. And in my case particularly, I would say I've been the lucky guy. Given the fact that I actually got the time to hang out with him. He's an amazing person. Totally amazing. And whenever he can help, he always does. And the best thing is, he's so generous. He never asks for anything in return. Never doesn't even expect anything in return. And that, I would say, is a really, really beautiful thing about that person. I really love this guy. Multiple events when things were going bad, because again, all the game is a learning experience. So there were times when we would be texting women ki yaar please come out on a date, come out on a date. Again, that was the time when we were really bad. So we would come to him ki bhai what should we text, and he would just take the phone and type something, and it was almost the same thing every time. We were just doing chit chats, and he would directly ask where are you, when are you coming? And we used to think bhai ye thodi kaam karega, and they would always reply. So this was like the most amazing thing that I've seen in person ki bhai this is the difference. And there is just, again, there are no lines, this is just the difference of how he thinks. He's like, dude, when I can do the chit chat in front of me, like when she's in front of me, why would I do the chit chat on phone? And actually that's very empowering, because if you realize you do not need to be doing something to just please someone. Okay? You just do it because you want to do it. Be honest, be congruent with that. Okay? So that was something really amazing. Other than that, yes, I remember this one time, one of my friends bootcamp. Okay? Again, Yadhuvir being a friend, he just said ki bhai aaja. So I just came there, and I just saw this there were two girls. Okay? I was like ki, let's just talk to them. Okay? Yadhuvir was teaching the other guys. I was like ki bhai bro, I'm just going and talking to them. He's like okay bhai. So there were two girls. I didn't think anything. I went in. I was like, "Hi guys," and it was going okay. It was not going any good. Okay? I was like, "Okay, maybe I'll have to eject. Just go back to them. Ki this is not going good." And suddenly Yadhuvir appears. Okay? He goes into the into the set. The two girls are talking. Okay? He enters, and he's like, "Hey guys, what's up? How are you?" And this was the energy earlier. And as soon as he enters, it's like this. Okay? All of a sudden, in an instant. ठीक है, and earlier their faces were like, and as soon as he enters, they're like, हाँ, and I'm seeing this, I'm like कि भाई ये क्या हो रहा है, कौन सा fifth gear पे गाड़ी चल रही है, and all of a sudden, he's just entered, 2 seconds he says something कि अरे भाई, amazing, ये blah blah blah, and he just sits to the girl who was sitting, the prettier one, ठीक है, and I'm like, because again at that time the concepts were really fucked up, he entered, the conversation after me, ठीक है, and he sat with the girl even before I did. And if you remember, I was the first one to open the conversation. It took me like 5 minutes to just chat with the other one and then sit next to her. he was way ahead. Okay, after that, the other guys, the guys he was teaching, so he made them sit right behind us so that they can hear the conversation. After the conversation over, they were like, I was like, bhai, again, because I'm very competitive in this thing, I always wanted to compare कि भाई where am I at and stuff. I was like, भाई मैंने कैसे किया, कह रहे भाई हमने तेरा सुना, हमने उसका सुना. मैंने कहा बताओ क्या हुआ, कह रहे भाई इसका ये अलग है भाई, ये तो अलग ही लेवल है. He was like कि the girl was saying, oh my god, you are such a smooth talker, कि क्या कहते हैं, you are so amazing. Look, the girl was praising him, and in my case the girl was like नहीं तू रहने दे, तेरे बस की नहीं. So again, that was so amazing. And other than that, because I've hung out with him, I've seen him do stuff that it's just unbelievable. Given that I've put in so much hard work myself, like it's not that I'm just any guy. I've actually put in hard work myself. It's just another level. Never I think can I ever reach that level. Like I don't know. He's just amazing. He's just unbelievable when he's doing it. So there are more than one experiences where I have seen such amazing stuff happen in front of my eyes. One thing that I'll always remember is he said right in the beginning of the bootcamp, the purpose of game. What do you think the purpose of game is? I answered yeah, blah blah blah. Mostly like to actually get women to love us and so. He's like, no. The purpose of game, the sole purpose of game, is to understand women. And that was such a clear answer. That was so amazing, because in all this time I just realized that it's just about understanding women. We do not understand women, because again, men and women are different, and to be honest, this whole journey of game is just about understanding women. That is all. And that was so beautifully put in just one sentence. There was this time when I was trying to ask this girl out and stuff. So he was like, "भाई तूने ये क्यों नहीं किया?" I was like, "भाई ऐसे तो उसको पता चल जाता है कि मैं उसको बार बता रहा हूँ." So he's like, "हाँ भाई बंदियाँ तो बेवकूफ़ होती है ना." And this thing again struck me, because I realized कि हाँ यार, मतलब he explained to me in detail, but this was the line that actually I remember still, कि बंदियाँ तो बेवकूफ़ होती है ना, जैसे मतलब he was actually mocking. ऐसे नहीं कि वो बोल रहे कि बंदियाँ बेवकूफ़ होती हैं. He was like हाँ कि तू ऐसे बुलाएगा कि उसको पता ना चले तू उससे मिलना चाहता है, बंदियाँ तो बेवकूफ़ होती है ना. He wanted to convey कि भाई they know what you are doing. ठीक है, they know why you are talking, ठीक है, and things only happen if they want things to happen. Things are moving forward only if they are wanting things to move forward. So in the sense, it's not just you doing all the efforts, it's actually a collaborative effort. There are two people in here. It's a two-player game. It's not a one-player game. So that was an amazing thing. It hit me. Okay. Again, there will always be amazing experiences. There will always be amazing things that I've seen with my own eyes, because he was in front of me most of the times. But it's just unbelievable at times. A guy who was not good with women earlier, because again, if you have heard his story, he was not very good with women earlier. If any guy can actually become at the level that he is, I just think it's amazing. The potential that a guy has, that is amazing. So the reason why I took the bootcamp, I was skeptical because dating coaches and everything, I never believed in that, to be honest. So there was this Skype call in which I was talking to Yadhuvir, and there were 3 other people, okay? And because I'm like very aggressive, very competitive in this sense, I was like, bhai yaar, I'll ask all the questions that I have. And to be honest, I expected कि भाई ये बंदा 1 घंटा बैठेगा, ये जितने सवाल के जवाब हो सकते हैं बोलेगा, and then he'll leave. This guy stayed for 2-3 hours में भी, जितने भी देर मैंने पूछा. That was a free Skype call. I didn't even pay. That was a free Skype call. 3 बंदे थे, सबसे ज़्यादा सवाल मैं पूछ रहा था, and he answered all my questions. That made me realize this one thing, भाई this guy just gives. It's not like कि इसका purpose है भाई पैसे कमाना. This guy actually wants to teach. Another thing was कि I connected with him really well, कि भाई this guy actually wants to teach. It's not like कि भाई तू इतना बता रहा ना भाई, इतना सुन ले भाई, अरे भाई इतना टाइम नहीं पास, ऐसा नहीं है. This guy actually wants to give. This guy actually wants to help. And that was the thing that really connected. मैंने कहा भाई मेरे को इसी से चाहिए, मुझे इसी बंदे से bootcamp लेना. Staying with him, I just realized भाई this is the most sorted guy, I would say. कितना ज़्यादा grounded. He's so calm. He's so calm in all the situations. I've seen pretty bad situations with him. I was the reason of the situations. And this guy's always so calm. He's so composed. He's amazing. Whichever level you are at, you never know where this guy is at. Because मेरे साथ ऐसा बहुत बार हुआ है. I used to think कि भाई अब मैंने बहुत effort किया है. Let's see where I'm at. And always I used to see कि भाई the difference has only increased. इसके level का मेरे level के बीच the difference has only increased. So as I'm saying, यार, I would definitely recommend it. This is like something that can really change your life, because it did mine. So yes, that was all.
Thanks a lot, bro, and I'm really happy that you remember all of those things that I said, all of those little instances. I love you because you are an introverted guy, but you have accessed your own humor, your own sense of self. So this was it, guys. If you also want to be a part of my 3 days bootcamp, or the immersions that are coming, or the 10 days online mastermind program that is starting from 20th May, you can just WhatsApp on the number given below and I'll give you all of the information related to it. Like this video, subscribe to my channel and comment what do you want me to make next. Until next time, guys.